Right, well, it's all giggles and laughing at the moment. We are talking presenter search on 3, and we've been loving the season so far. It's been phenomenal. It's been ups and downs, highs and lows, emotions, tears, laughter, all of that. But tonight we reached a penultimate episode where the top 6 made their way to the gorgeous Reunion Island. And this morning, to run us through her experience, presenter search on 3 judge and the ever so gorgeous Jeannie D. You joined us on your Bigger Breakfast show this morning. How are you, love?
I'm so good. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it's so nice to have you.
You better get all the good information out of me before I wake up.
Okay. Well, in tonight's episode of Presenter Search, we see you and the top 6 finalists jet off to Reunion Island. I mean, you're no stranger to traveling. Have you been to Reunion Island before?
This was my first time to Reunion Island, and I've always wanted to go, and I wasn't disappointed. It was really lovely.
It's beautiful. I've been there as well, and I was blown away just by how developed it is. It's beautiful. There's roads, there's highways, but you've got massive nature and volcanoes and everything like looking at you square in the face.
Well, it's this little volcanic jewel in the middle of the Indian Ocean, and there's 2 active volcanoes on the island. One had just erupted before we had gotten there. And it's really close. I mean, it's 4 hours outside of Johannesburg, so it's a really quick flight, and it's definitely worth a visit. The one thing to remember, like you said, it's so developed. It actually is under rule of France. So it's as developed as what France would be. They use the euro as their currency, so it's basically like being in an extension of it's if Paris was an island.
Okay.
That was it, just with a tropical climate.
How's your French?
My French isn't bad. My French kissing is a lot better. But my French isn't bad.
I
can get myself home from a bar. Put it that way.
No, but it seems like you guys have been spoiled. I mean, you were flown with Air Austral. You guys stayed at the 5-star Ayoko Hotel and Spa. Did you have some downtime to do some sightseeing?
I did. So the majority of time, you know, we were following the contestants and watching all of their inserts and kind of giving them crit and just trying to direct them a little bit. But at this stage, they're all really good, so they don't need that much help. So yes, I took a lot of downtime. I exercised, we ran on the beach a lot. I went to the spa, which was amazing. They've got a great gym. I actually got a lot of the contestants to train me in the gym.
Oh, really?
I got all the guys. There were three of the guys actually trained me in the gym, and that was fun. And I thought, well, why are you guys doing this with shirts on? And they were like, well...
I'm sure they loved it.
That's better.
Please tell me you had a camera crew with you to capture all of that.
Well, I had my phone. I captured it on my phone.
Look, I was about to get to that point because naturally, being Jeannie D, you know, Instagram, you know, you literally lit up Instagram with all of your posts. But the one thing that we did notice is you said something, you captioned it, taking over the family business. What on earth? What's going on there?
I was riding a bull. It's actually an ox-drawn cart, and it's one of the oldest traditions of farming still used in some of the sugarcane fields. And this, I think, was a rum plantation. Well, it was a rum distillery. And we learned how to make rum. It was very exciting. I mean, well, the contestants learned how to make rum. I drank the rum.
How are their rum-making skills?
No, they're fantastic. They're really good. They're so good. You know, if you have to look at the contestants that we've had from this presenter search, I think as far as the top 6 goes, it's the best top 6 that we've ever had. They are all, they're all ready to go. They're all so good. There's very little for me to crit them on. Look, I mean, who am I to judge?
It sounded like it was more of like a bit of a pleasure trip at this stage with what you got up to and the things that you got to do. Were you actually working? Was there some hard work involved? You know,
my job is such hard work.
With your sea view room, 5-star luxuries. I mean, look at that.
It is so beautiful. And we were there in winter. So obviously, because it's an island, I suppose I spent every day in that pool. I miss it. Looking at these images now, I think I want to go back to Reunion.
So people probably
Je voudrais aller Reunion, s'il vous plaît.
It is beautiful, So this was the 5-star Ayoko Hotel and Spa where you guys were staying.
Exactly.
And it looks absolutely heavenly. But that is exactly the experience that I had from Reunion as well, with the active volcanoes. Actually, Mauritius used to be Reunion way back in the day, but it moved.
And then Reunion went and got, so then Reunion stayed under France's rule, and then Mauritius became independent, which is why in Mauritius they still use the rupee, and in Reunion they use the euro. So it's very much. We landed the day that France was in the World Cup in the final. And so as we got to the hotel, it was just before those last goals were going to be scored, and it was just a crazy celebration. There were people in the streets. They were going mad. It was so fun. It's really, it's always a good idea to land in a place when everything is festive. So it was wonderful. And then, of course, our top 6 just are amazing.
Yeah. Oh, well, listen, I'm looking forward to tonight's episode. You're giving us the travel feels and complete jealousy. But don't go anywhere, because we'll be back a little bit later with Jeannie D to take a closer look at tonight's episode of Presenter Search and her predictions as we get closer and closer to that finale. Now, don't forget to catch all of the action on Presenter Search on 3 tonight. That's at 7:30 p.m. right here on 3.